Hello everyone. In today's video, we are going to sublimate on a neoprene lunch tote, okay? It's really simple to do. Now the lunch totes that I purchased are all white, okay? So I'm going to have to sublimate the bottoms and the sides, and I'm going to use black as my accent color. So you will see that when I print out my design on my 13 by 19 sublimation paper using my Epson 15,000 printer, you will see that the top 6 by 12 of my design will be printed in a solid black. I will trim that off, and that is what we will use to sublimate the bottom of our bag. So let's get started. So before we get started, let's preheat our heat press to 365 degrees. You can sublimate your neoprene bag 60 to 120 seconds. I personally sublimate mine at 120 seconds. Okay, so sublimating on these neoprene lunch bags, you will need something to put inside the bag when you're pressing it. So my husband got me some 1/4 inch finished plywood. We traced our tote bag, lunch bag, on the plywood, and then he cut it out with the jigsaw. So now I have two templates. I have one that goes at the bottom of the bag, which we will use first when we press the bottom and add our black sublimation there. And then the larger one is for when we will insert it in our bag when we're going to sublimate our design on the front and the back of our bag, okay? So you can use wood like we did. You can use pressing pillows. I've seen people use that. I have not personally done that. Or also cardboard, which I have done with cardboard. I just did some layers of cardboard and then I taped them together around the edges. Now don't use duct tape because it will melt and come off and mark up the inside of your bag. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so now that we have our template for the bottom of our bag, that's where we're going to start first. We're going to insert the wooden template or cardboard or whatever you are going to use into our bag now. So let's get it to fit in there nice and snugly, and try to match up your seam lines around the edge of your template so when you sublimate it will look really nice. Okay, so now that I have printed out my design for my lunch tote, I'm going to trim off the top 6 by 12 inches, which is black, because I'm going to use that part of the paper to sublimate the bottom of the bag first. So let's do that now. Okay, so now we have our lunch tote on a heat press. So to get an even press on the bottom of our bag, we are going to have to add something to one side of the bottom of that bag, because when we fold it over on itself, one side is going to have the bag under it, but the other side isn't going to have anything, and there's going to be this big gap there. So what I did is I took some scrap quilted fabric that I have, and I slide that under the paper to bring it up to make the bag level. Okay, so I put it under the paper so the ink doesn't get on it. And then what I'm going to do is take another piece of butcher paper and slide it on the other side of the bottom of the bag so that when we sublimate with our black rectangle, we're only sublimating the bottom. We're going to cover up everything else, okay? Okay, so on my bag, I did sublimate a 1-inch strip on each side of my bag also. Now, for some reason, my camera did not record it, so I must have did something wrong. But what you're going to do is put your template for your front and back in your bag, but turn the bag to where the sides are facing the front and back. And then take your 1-inch strip and tape it on that seam with your heat tape, okay? So the next thing I'm going to do is take my wooden template that is for the front and back of the bag. I'm going to insert it on one side of the bag to sublimate that side first, either the front or the back. They're the same for me. I have the same design on both sides of my bag. So put that in and make sure that it fits all the way down. Pull it up real nice and snug. Get the seams all lined up. And then we'll put it on our heat press. Okay, guys, so the next step is we're going to take our tote and we're going to put it on our heat press. We're going to center it. And then we're going to take our sublimation paper with our design printed. And we're going to put the design face down onto the front of the tote. We're going to make sure that when we put it on there, that all of the sides of our tote bag are covered by the design, okay? So position the paper and double check all your sides, your top, your bottom, everywhere. Make sure that it is all covered by the paper. Okay, so the next step is to press side 2. Okay, so what I want to make sure I do is to move my wooden template to the other side of the bag. So as you can see, the bottom of the bag kind of makes a flap. And you're going to just pull that flap and get the wooden template to fit tight on the other side. Then you're going to pull your bag up around the wooden template. And you're going to make sure all your seams are lined up and that it fits tight. And then we'll take it back to the heat press and we'll do the same thing again. We'll put it on there, we'll center it, and then we'll put our design face down onto our tote bag, and then we will press it.
Like and subscribe to Grandma's channel. Like and subscribe to Grandma's channel.